Hello students, today we are going to start lesson number 12, reproduction in plants. Students, all the living things are called organisms. The plants and animals are living things. Therefore, the plants and animals are organisms. The production of new organism from the existing organisms of the same species is called reproduction. The production of new organism from the existing organisms of the same species is called reproduction. In most simple word, we can say that creation of new living thing from the existing thing is called reproduction. The most important characteristic of the living organisms, plants and animals is their ability to produce the more member of their species. For example, human being reproduce by giving birth to babies and dogs reproduce by giving birth to puppies. Plant also reproduce to form a new plant either from their body parts or from seeds. There are the different methods of reproduction in plants. All the different methods of reproduction in plants can be divided into two main groups. There are two type of methods. First is the asexual reproduction and second is the sexual reproduction. In order to understand the sexual and asexual reproduction in plant, we should first know the meaning of the term gametes. The special cell involved in the sexual reproduction are called gametes. Gametes are the reproductive cells which are commonly known as a sex cell. The gametes are of two types, male gametes and female gametes. Now we will first start with the asexual reproduction. The production of new plant from the existing plant without the involvement of gamete is called asexual reproduction. A production of new plant from the existing plant without the involvement of gamete is called asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, in a plant, new plant can be obtained from the existing plant without seed. The new plant do not always grow from the seed produced by the old plant. In asexual reproduction, new plants are produced from existing plant without the production of seeds. The asexual reproduction in a plant can take place by the following methods. First is the spore formation, second is the fragmentation, third one is the budding, and fourth one is the vegetative propagation. So, let us start with the spore formation. Spore formation is a asexual method of reproduction in plants. Spores are the asexual reproductive bodies. Spores are not seeds. Most of the fungi and flowerless plants such as ferns and mosses reproduce asexually by means of the spores. The common bread mold plant or the rhizopus fungus reproduced by the method of spore formation. The plants such as a fern and mosses are reproduced by means of the spore. A fern is a flowerless green plant which has a feathery leaves. The fern plant reproduced by the spore released from the underside of its leaves. The cluster of spore containing the spongia on the underside of the fern leaf is called sori. The special type of leaf on a fern plant is called frond. Then the next method of the asexual reproduction is a fragmentation. The breaking up of the body of plant into two or the more pieces on maturing, each of which subsequently grow to form a new plant is called fragmentation. The breaking up of the body of plant into two pieces on maturing and each of which subsequently grow to form a new plant is called fragmentation. The breaking up of the body of parent plant in the fragmentation to form a new plant occurs naturally when the parent plant matured. The green patches are due to the growth of plant like the organism called algae. An alga reproduced by the asexual method of fragmentation. When the alga mature, it break up into the two or the more fragments, and each fragment again grow to form a new algae. Common example of alga is a Spirogyra. The Spirogyra is a green filamentous alga plant which found in a pond, lakes and slow moving streams. The Spirogyra reproduce by the asexual method of reproduction. Then third method of asexual reproduction is budding. Budding is an asexual method of reproduction. In budding, a small part of the body part of the parent plant grow out as a bulb-like projection is called bud, which is then detached and become a new plant. The yeast is the non-green plant. The yeast is a single cell plant, means is a single cell organism. Each single cell of yeast is a complete plant in itself. Its cells are also small. They can be seen only through a microscope. Yeast reproduces by budding. The budding in yeast takes place so fast that first buds start forming their own buds and all of them remain attached to the parent yeast cell, forming a chain of a yeast cell. After some time, all the yeast cells are chain separated from one another and form an individual yeast plant. Then the fourth method of the asexual reproduction is the vegetative propagation. In vegetative propagation, the new plants are produced from the pair of an old plant like a stem, roots and leaves. Vegetative propagation usually involves the growth and the development of one or more bud on the old part of the plant to produce the new plant. Let us start with the roots. So first is the vegetative propagation by root. The root of the plant normally do not bear the bud. There are some plants have the modified roots. For example, a sweet potato has a modified roots thickened with stored which are called root tubers. The root tubers of the sweet potato on them can grow to produce a sweet potato plant. Then vegetative propagation by stem. The potato is swallowed underground stem modified to store a food. It is also called a potato tuber. Potato tuber has a bud or eyes to grow into a new plant. If a cut with an eye on its planted under the soil, it grow into a new plant. Onion is a type of modified shoot. It has a bulb with a thick leaves. Such a bulb are capable of producing a new bulb with the help of buds. Then in some plants such as the Colocasia and the Glandelius, reproduction takes place with the help of swollen stem called the corms. Then the next, the vegetative propagation by leaves. Generally, leaves do not help a plant to reproduce, but in a few cases they do so. Plants such as the bryophyllum can be reproduced by some plantlets from the notches present on the end of leaf margins. These plantlets fall on the soil and grow into a new plants.